You're the expert.
It's
you know what it is?
It's National Chili Day and National Toast Day, and also National Banana Bread Day.
Hey, banana bread, right here. I got my banana bread. See, I came prepared.
You never fail.
We'll have some when we finish.
Absolutely. I was like, don't eat that now, Charlie. We've learned our lesson a little bit earlier on in the season.
That's right.
So we were just talking about the shuttle run and running the 40 and all of that stuff. Those are the physical parts. But let's talk about the interview process, which I personally find to be fascinating. What is your experience in sort of conducting those and preparing for them as well?
Well, for the last 10 years, I've trained athletes to prepare for interviews for the Combine. In fact, this year when I'm done, I'll have trained over 100 of the athletes who are going to the Combine for the interviews. But also, I've worked training NFL prospective general managers, head coaches at seminars. For the last 6 years, I've worked with NCAA coaches in a program training them for interviews. And for the last 10 years, I've taught a class at George Mason University in Virginia about how to prepare for a job to the same age students that I'm going to train I've trained these college football players. The point is, Kay, interviewing is interviewing conceptually, whether you're interviewing for a team or you're interviewing for a job.
Okay, so take me into that process. I've never been in that room. I'll never be in that room. Who's in there? How long does it go? What is it like? Are there different types of interviews?
Yeah, there's basically three types of interviews at the Combine. First of all, there's a taped interview, which every player takes this interview. It's about 10, 15 minutes. They all get the same questions. Every team gets a copy of the tape. Then I call them informal interviews at the Dome, where a player could be sitting at a table and there might be 10 coaches there randomly interviewing. And then finally, there's the formalized interview, which is what you're referring to when you question. At night in the hotel for 15 minutes, the players will rotate from one team to another and go in for that 15-minute period. They may go from 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock and go straight through, and that's a grind.
All right. But, Charlie, you just said that you prepare guys for this all the time. So they know maybe sort of what questions that they're going to get, and then they sit in there, and you only get like 10 to 15 minutes with them. So are we maybe, as media people, overblowing the importance? And what can you really learn from somebody who's been prepared and groomed by someone like yourself for such an interview?
Well, first of all, I think you're right about this point. I think people are overhyping the Combine interview. You're going to have all spring to interview these players. You go to the school, there's no time limit. You bring them to your facility, there's no time limit. You're not going to sit in 12 minutes and figure a guy out. Think about it. If you're interviewing somebody for a multi-million-dollar job, do you limit yourself to 12 minutes? No. Now, what can happen in the 12 minutes? What we want to do is let's do fact check. You've been arrested. Tell us about it. You failed a drug test. Tell us about it. Or you have like a guy like Connor Cook last year. You're the quarterback. You're not elected captain. Why is that? Or maybe, as it was referred earlier, we put him on the board and we do some plays with him. We look at some tape with him. Take a small section of the process and concentrate on it so you get something out of it. That you only have 12 minutes, you're only going to get a few things done.
So, Charlie, let's say I'm one of the guys on Schrager's ones to watch list, one of the wild card guys, one of the top prospects. What is the one piece of advice that you would give for them for the interview process?
Well, I'll tell you what, let me go through a couple of things here, and if you run out of time, just shut me off. First of all, you got to understand, the spring is about selling. You're selling yourself. So, number one, no problems. Hey, don't get arrested. No problems. That's number one. Number two, likability. Smile. When you walk in the room, and we know this from television, take over the room. Big smile on your face, a lot of energy. Head up, shoulders back, firm handshake. Take over the room. The next thing is honesty. You got to tell the truth. Why? Because they know the answer to the question. If you lie, you lose all credibility, and the interview might be over right there. Then, you got another situation. We call it the rule of threes. Kay, think of this now. Somebody listening to your interview is only going to remember 7%. 7%. That means they're going to forget 93% of what you say. That's scary now. They're only going to remember 7%. Okay? How much are they going to remember?
7%.
Exactly. It's called the rule of threes. Joe Bailey, an old NFL executive, said, repeat, repeat, repeat. So I tell them, you got a major point?
Right.
Repeat, repeat. And you know what?
Yeah,
we're going to repeat.
I would say this.
It's banana bread day. We got to have our banana bread.
My advice would be bring some banana bread to the